Blessings and welcome everyone. Just a reminder before we begin. Your rising sign horoscope will give you additional clarity as to how a great deal of your sun sign horoscope may show up, and your moon sign horoscope will give you the less prominent side story that'll also be playing out for this 2-week period. Remember, horoscopes serve best when observed, like a weather or traffic report. You have influence over all outcomes with your thoughts, actions, choices, and deeds. Use the information that presents to help you make the highest choices for the highest outcomes. If you wish to schedule any of my services or like access to more content via my Patreon, follow the links below or go to my website, integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Gemini. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to the week starting April 5th, 2021. And just a quick heads up and reminder, we are doing double passes when it comes to these readings. And so we actually have two events or two themes that we discuss with each category. And for all of you Patreon supporters out there, thank you so much again for being a supporter. The bonus astrology report will be up here at the end of the night, Saturday, today, the day I'm actually recording all of these. So what are we going to talk about when it comes to the astrology in this particular video? Well, as I am recording this, we have Mercury recently moved into Gemini. Sorry, you are Gemini, into Aries, which is your 11th house of friendships and social networking, where he is going to be through this next 2.5 to 3 weeks. Now, with Mercury, the planet of communication, haste, speed, intelligence, we have a lot of lines of communication opening up. A lot of you Gemini people are not only becoming very popular, but your social activity is also going to become a lot more productive and supportive of many other areas of your life at the same time. With Mercury in our 11th house, it's a beautiful time to not only be putting ourselves out there, but also to draw in those that might be considered valuable teammates, expanding on your network, people that can actually be good go-betweens for you, and also to be speeding up developments in group projects and group endeavors, things where you may already be operating on a team or where you are looking to make a big impression with the general public. Anything that you want to grab a great deal of public interest with, even if it's like a website or, a social media page for a business or a creative project you've got going on. Mercury in your 11th house is also really linking you back up with a lot of people that you have maybe dropped communications with, and not necessarily in a bad way here. This is actually reconnecting you with people you may have lost touch with, and also attracting new friends and new friendship circles into your life that are immediately supportive and helpful and complementary to a lot of the stories and a lot of pursuits that you've been carrying on going into April. For your spiritual themes this week, you have the Two of Swords upright and the Chariot card in reverse. And this week, a lot of you Gemini people are going to find that you're going to have to stay on a platform of neutrality when it comes to a lot of developments that may actually start culminating as we go through a lot of joint processes or projects, or maybe even relationships and connections that you've been carrying on. Because the Two of Swords is upright, I do feel that this is about you paying attention to what decisions other people need to make with regards to their own commitments, their own conduct, and sort of a choose their own destiny kind of scenario. You're not going to want to be somebody who is operating as the chaperone or the parent to adults that are responsible for their own journeys. This is also a time where you are going to have to pay attention with the Two of Swords upright to the fact that there are things that may actually need to occur that may put other people or their ideas or their works to a test that you yourself need to allow to happen for them. Not in a depraved, indifferent kind of way, but in a way where you kind of get a chance to also see not only where everything measures up and where it doesn't measure up, but where certain things may actually need to go through their own evolution without you holding it up or maybe overcommitting yourself to something that may not be worth your time or energy or the highest interest of all concerned. In fact, with the Chariot card reversed, we are seeing a lot of things that are going to be picking up the pace very, very quickly. This is going to be a very fast-moving kind of week. And you're going to find opportunities for advancement everywhere. But with the Chariot card reversed, it can also become so hectic and so crazed that, it's also a time to see, well, who is going to be able to handle it? Who's going to be able to manage it? The Chariot card reversed is indicating that you may also find that there are plenty of roads or entangled pursuits or joint endeavors, even friendships and partnerships that are starting to actually grow apart. Or maybe just the intentions or the designs for those timelines and those journeys are also approaching their crossroad, a fork in their trail. And it is time to see what goes where naturally. Of course, with the Chariot card reversed, we don't want to lose control in any fast-paced situations either. So it's important to also know what is truly your responsibility versus what is actually a part of another person's journey. Sometimes the things that we're carrying that are actually, evolving in another direction are evolving away from us, and that is okay. It may be better to just let go of something you've been trying to hold on to or try to make keep up the pace with you, so, you don't have to necessarily restrain it, and it doesn't have to hold you back. As we get on to your material shifts when it comes to your work, your job, and your finances, you have the Knight of Swords reversed and the Seven of Cups reversed. Well, with the Knight of Swords reversed, there could be some conflict going on here this week, especially as it relates to either an individual, an entire agency, or an account. And with the Knight of Swords reversed, I do feel like this could actually be something that shows up as a fight over a process or possibly even a power struggle with a collaborator, maybe a business partner, a colleague, or even a client or a customer. The challenge with this situation is with the Knight of Swords reversed is that the other in this situation is not actually capable of resolving this situation at all. In fact, the fight, the battle, the conflict that's going on actually has to do with their own instability and incapability across the board. With this, the Knight of Swords reverse is actually saying, take measures to try and quell the situation, but also at the same time, you don't have to solve the problem for them either. Take care of your own, and whatever is going on with them and their inability or lack of inclination to actually do something in a balanced and healthy way, let that fall on them. As we get on to the Seven of Cups reversed, I'm also seeing a new commitment showing up your way when it comes to your work and your finances. Maybe even a living situation. I'm seeing a lot of you actually committing to a much more satisfactory road, especially as it relates to maybe a new role or a new working path that is actually going to not only provide you with a great deal more security, but also something that is going to bring much more peace of life. One of the things I like to remind people, and this is actually a quote from Carrie Fisher from an interview she did back in the 90s, is that, it's not up to other people to give us peace of mind, but it is up to them to give us peace of life, right? Our peace of mind is on us, but peace of life, right? Free of drama, craziness, instability, volatility, all of the hectic emotional craziness that some people can do, like the Knight of Swords reversed. You don't have to put up with somebody that doesn't give you peace of life. Your responsibility is to your peace of mind. And this is honestly a good opportunity for you to get back on track with it. As we get on to your community, friends, relatives, again, the guys, the girls, family members, more platonic social connections here, you have the Queen of Wands reversed and the Justice card upright. Once again, I am seeing a bit more conflict coming with that Queen of Wands reversed, but it does look like this has to do with you wrestling out from under somebody's control or attempt at control and manipulation. With the Queen of Wands reversed, I'm feeling like this is actually somebody that is trying to pull you tighter or cling to you in some way, or maybe even manipulate the development of something that is very near and dear to your heart, or possibly even either take it over or compete with it for your attention, your energy, or your resources. This could show up sometimes as a very possessive friend, or maybe that's not, well, she's not really a good friend at that point, or maybe an over-involved family member, or again, a controlling member of your community that is trying to kind of be the star of a movie they want you to produce. Could very well also just as easily be that Knight of Swords reversed. The Justice card upright, however, is indicating that all the while this is going on, we have a beautiful new commitment getting set up. The Justice card upright is actually locking in something that you have been trying to actually establish a good groove with, that could actually further commit a stronger relationship in your social support system. And also with the Justice card upright, somebody coming and actually working on your side to balance an unfair or inequitable situation that you've been living with or working with as it results to the misgivings or misdeeds of another. As we get on to your challenges this week, you do have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse and the Four of Cups upright. With the Ace of Pentacles reversed, a lot of you Gemini people, pay attention. You know, if you are in a situation where you might be struggling to hold up something that is compelled beyond reason to fail or to fall down or to, end up in a very bad way, maybe with that Two of Swords upright, you should just let it. If it's not fair to you or anyone else who actually is, working their hardest to do a good job to waste life trying to hold up something that wants to destroy itself, in this way. Now this could be, again, a project that might be flawed, from the ground level up. This might actually be an investment or maybe some kind of pursuit that just needs a bit of a rethink, or it needs to be scrapped. It might be hard to do because it might be something that did seem promising in the beginning, but now it's definitely showing signs of needing a bit of an overhaul. For the Four of Cups, your biggest challenge is also paying attention to, and I love this image because it goes very nicely with my own interpretation of the Four of Cups, pay attention to things that you've been overlooking, treasure that you've been overlooking, where maybe you have not been dividing your energy, time, and attention fairly in such a way where you could be missing out, whether it's, where you prioritize your time and your energy, the friends and the relatives and the time, you spend with them. Who are the better friends? Who are the better relatives? Who's complimentary? Who's not? Are there things that we're not giving enough credit? Are we maybe allowing too much of our attention to get consumed by things that are ultimately only stalling us? This is a week where we are challenged to actually, reverse that. As we get onto your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Eight of Pentacles reversed and the Queen of Wands reversed. Now, with the Eight of Pentacles reversed, I am seeing a lot of you Gemini people who are single and available may actually be meeting somebody that, let's just say there's a charmingly befuddled quality to them. I feel like there might be a little bit of an endearing awkwardness in the way that they actually, present themselves to you. Could be stumbling a little bit over their words. The Eight of Pentacles reversed is indicating a bit of clumsiness here. But I don't necessarily think this has to necessarily be bad. The Eight of Pentacles reversed, however, is also indicating that this is a situation that could go very well if you are willing to actually work on helping this person understand you as a person so they can help you understand them as a person, and we get rid of the stumbling of learning to dance in any other dance. For those of you currently coupled, the Eight of Pentacles reversed is indicating that you may also be finding that a partner has taken on something that they are not an expert in, and they may actually be struggling and don't want you to know that they are struggling. See what we can do to take down the, the self-esteem, ego barrier that can sometimes get put up when trying to be overprotective of something we are, again, struggling to even redeem, so that you guys can fix it together and everything can be hunky-dory. However, with the Queen of Wands reversed, I do feel, in addition to our charmingly befuddled rom-com character, there is going to be possibly another person for you single Gemini people that is all aesthetic with no value or spiritual or complete picture worth to be offering. With the Queen of Wands reversed, I'm actually seeing somebody that is actually very, very clever and very, very sophisticated in the way that they present themselves, possibly even, with their friends. Their superficial presentation does actually look quite appealing, right? Completely shiny and perfect, hitting all the right marks and all the right talking points, staying on that perfect script until you realize it's a script and a costume. And with the Queen of Wands reversed, we have to be mindful of the fact that a person may be so good at doing that because they're probably a nightmare to be with after month 1. Might want to work with our charmingly befuddled, rough around the edges person after all. For those of you currently in an existing relationship, the Queen of Wands reversed is also indicating that there could actually be somebody undermining the confidence of your relationship by actually trying to put emphasis on too many superficial pressures and issues of control. And it's important for you and your partner to actually find out the cause, the core, and the effect of this, who it's coming from. Is it something coming from within? Is it something coming from a friend or a relative? How do we come to an understanding that that's just never going to create a healthy relationship anyway? We don't need to listen. So that's what I've got for you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session with me, go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.